guys, welcome back to another I hauled it but did I like it. So the last I hauled it but did I like it, I asked you guys if you wanted me to review some items that I got in my subscription boxes, and you guys said yes. So that is exactly what we're going to be doing today. These are items out of my FabFitFun subscription box and my BeautyCon BFF. I think they kind of took that out, the BFF. I think they're just calling it the BeautyCon subscription box now, so it's out of both of those. So if you guys are interested in hearing a little bit of a review on the items that were inside of that box, then just stay tuned. The first thing that I want to review is something out of the last BeautyCon box, and that was the one that Graveyard Girl curated. And this is the original Beauty Blender Micro Mini kind of duo, I guess. This is $18 at Sephora. I think that is completely ridiculous. That is just my opinion. I work with a lot of Amazon sellers, a lot of off-brands when it comes to beauty sponges, and finally getting an actual beauty blender or little mini beauty blenders, but this is the actual material that the real normal sized one is made out of. I can tell you for sure of my opinion that the price of these is complete crap. I just don't see any use for these at all. Now thankfully these are latex free, and you get two little mini beauty blenders. Now with the price being $18, that means that each of these little ass sponges is $9. $9 for a little tiny sponge. Yes. So, you know, I'm thinking these must be magical miracle workers if they cost that much, and a lot of people speak very highly about the original Beauty Blender. Like I said before, I use a lot of off-brands. Some of them, you can tell right away, are nowhere near the quality of these sponges, but a lot of them are the exact same material, only much, much less, and you get a lot more with them. Now I've tried these dry and I've tried them wet. I used one to kind of work out my under eye concealer, and I used the other one dry to kind of dip into my setting powder and set my under eye concealer. Now they do work for that, but when these are wet, the material that they're made out of, it makes them very, very, like, they're too soft, they're too squishy, and it makes it very, very hard to get into my under eye and work out things without my fingernail getting in the way, or my finger in general getting in the way, or it just, I don't know, there's just something about these where they're too soft and too pliable for me to work with. Now, I have gotten another set, and this is by Juvenette, and it is actually an Amazon seller, and I work with them a lot on their beauty sponges, and they are actually my favorite. Now, this is actually a beauty sponge set that they just came out with. It's $10.99 on Amazon, and they have their own little little beauty sponge that comes with the set. So I wanted to kind of, you know, compare them side by side. Now you can definitely tell a big difference with these. The regular sponge is a little bit more dome egg shaped, and this one is a little bit more pointed and bigger. This one is also made of a less pliable material, even though it is very, very soft, just like the original Beauty Blender. Now I've tried both of these wet and dry in both of the uses that I use them for, and I can tell you right away that this one is so much better. It's so much better than the original Beauty Blender sponge. So I found this to be, well, it was exciting to get this in a beauty box. I found it to be a little bit ridiculous as the product in itself. It's very exciting to get something like this in a beauty box just because they are around the same price that these cost, maybe a little bit more, but it did kind of make the box worth it in that sense. But in another sense, these are not something that I will reach for over this, and this comes with its own little mini one and two regular size sponges for $10.99 versus two tiny sponges that don't work the greatest for $18 because of the name. So while I do think these are made of good materials, and you know, they do sort of work for what they're made for, I just will not reach for these over the off-brand one that is a lot longer, so it's easier to get up into the corners of my eyes and work them out. This is just not worth it. If you were looking to buy these alone without the subscription box, I would never do that. I would never recommend doing that. I would never recommend doing that with the full-size original sponge. I think that this is just a ripoff. I think you're paying for the name, for the hype, and no, it's ridiculous. It's like the little oil blotting sponge they came out with too. But getting this with a subscription box does make the subscription box pretty exciting and worth it. Now the next thing that I want to talk about was something that we got out of our FabFitFun spring box, and this is called Hello Legs. This is something that I was really excited about just because it claimed to be really extraordinary in the fact that it was a shower shave gel, but it went so much above and beyond that it was supposed to be the best thing you've ever used. You'll fall in love and you'll never go back to another shave cream in your life. So this held a lot of claims that I really was hoping that it would withstand to. However, I'm left a little stumped when it comes to this product, and I have to be honest. I've been using it for the past week and a half, and I have something in my eye. Ow. Now this says it is for the softest, shiniest, sexiest, smoothest legs ever. So I was trying to find the website for this because I really wanted to see how much this was, and unfortunately all I got was that their website is coming soon, but there isn't exactly a website on there. But I did see some people on Poshmark and Etsy and other places selling their sample for $12, and that alone worried me just a little bit because that's a little bit too expensive for what this is. Now getting this for free in a subscription box is a good deal for me. I do find that to be something well worth it, especially because you're getting a slew of other kinds of products that are really expensive and well made and unique. So with this in a subscription box, yes, I think that this is a great product to get in a subscription box. However, if you wanted to buy this alone, I would not suggest it. Now when you put this on, it is very smooth. It doesn't foam up. It's not like a normal shaving cream in that sense. This is supposed to be like a shaving butter with lotion added into it. Now that may sound pretty familiar just on the fact that these kind of products have been out for years. I think Nivea has one, and I think Jergens has one. I mean, there's a lot of drugstore brands that have come out with products like this, and you get a lot more for $12. Usually they're not even close to $12, and you get a huge bottle of them. And I have used them when they first came out. I've used the in-shower lotions, which are basically the same thing as this. And this does nothing over what any of the drugstore ones I've tried have done. So while this does work in the sense that it does help shave your legs, you don't get razor burn, you know, you don't get anything like that. It does make your legs look like you put lotion on, so you don't have to after the shower. It's basic in that kind of area, in these kind of products. It's basic. It does the same thing any drugstore one I've tried has done. Now my only problem with this, truly, besides it just being basic, is the fact that when I use this, it does tend to clog up my razor. I have to spend a little bit of extra time washing it out each stroke of my leg versus just using a normal shaving cream. So it is a little bit annoying in that sense, but it's also less messy than a normal shaving cream can get as well. So I mean, this has its benefits over shaving cream, but so doesn't the drugstore ones that are a lot cheaper and you get a lot more. So as a value, buying this just as a product itself alone without the subscription box, this is not worth it. Getting this in the subscription box is completely worth it. So this has its pros and cons, but it's definitely a good product. It's good to get in a box, but it's definitely not worth buying separately. You can get something way better at the drugstore, and my cat is meowing. Now moving on to something I was really excited about, and I believe this was in the FabFitFun box as well, and this is the Marrakech Oil. I love oils. Now my favorite oil at the moment is the Arvazalia oil. I use that all the time. I love it. It's going to be in this monthly giveaway, so make sure that you check my April favorites for that. That will be coming up Thursday, I believe. I never know how things end up during the week, but I believe that it's going up Thursday, and that will also have last month's winner in it as well. Now I was excited about this because I love oils. They help me like fix the damage I do to my hair. They help protect my hair. They help keep the color in my hair because I do dye my hair. And going out in the sun, and even if it's not sunny, we all know that you still get UV rays from the sun that beam down on you. That's why you can still get a sunburn in the winter. So those UV rays will actually hit your color treated hair and wear the color out of your hair. So if you use an oil like this in your hair, it helps coat the strands and protects your hair and keeps the color in your hair from fading. So I love to use oils. I mean, you can even add an oil like this into any hair dye that you use. Don't quote me on foam hair dyes, but any other regular hair dye that you use, you can also add oils like this this into them and help protect your hair. So I love these. They have so many different uses and I use the crap out of them. So I was really excited about this one because every other kind of oil that I have is just a straight up argan oil. This is actually an argan oil that's infused with hemp oil and a bunch of other different kinds of oil, and I was really excited about it. And you can use this one for styling as well, which you can use all the rest of them for styling, but the scent of this is better than any other one that I own, and I love the other one's scents. So that's really saying something. I really enjoyed this. I have only used it a couple of times. I used it on the ends of my hair, and I used it as a pre-oil treatment before I washed my hair. And it's amazing. It's just so amazing, you guys. I would buy this alone. This made my subscription box completely worth it. These are a little bit pricey, I'm not gonna lie. I will have the prices for everything if I can find them down below. A lot of the times with FabFitFun, the products are from individual artisans, so it's a little bit hard to find them individually. You have to purchase the subscription box itself. So I will leave the links to both of those subscription boxes down below, along with any of the individual products if I can find them. But this is such an amazing product, you guys. You can use it for so many different uses. It's just a very good product to have on hand at all times. And if you color your hair, if you use heating tools on your hair, you know, if you dye your hair, anything like that. I just said that, color your hair, dye it. Sorry, had not enough coffee today. But if you do anything like that to your hair that can damage it, these oils are essential for you. So this is definitely worth it. I fell in love with this. you're going to see it in empties because I'm going to be using the crap out of this until it's gone. And if I can buy it individually, I will. Alright, moving on to something I believe was out of the BeautyCon box, and this was the Glam Glow. And this is their Youth Mud Exfoliate Treatment. You guys, I'm going to try to not go off on a tangent about this product, but honestly, this is the crappiest product I've ever tried, and I hate Glam Glow. And let me tell you why. Now, as just a sample in this beauty box, it was really exciting just because Glam Glow, as we all know, is very hyped up here on YouTube. A lot of YouTubers push this product because they have affiliate codes or affiliate links or whatnot, and they're very expensive, you know? So when you see something like this, you get so excited. Now, with my sample, I was so pissed because this little portion here of the mud is so hard and dried up that when I tried to push this out, this didn't move at all, but it did explode from the bottom or top of the little sample jar. So I had it explode all over me trying to get it out. So sample wise, this was not cool. Now, product-wise, this individually, we all know that these are like, what? They range from $60 to $100 and something. And this, I believe, is one of the original ones that when they were first hyped up came out, was the mask with the exfoliating mud crap. Now, what I don't like about this to begin with is that you're paying for the name. You're paying for the hype. This is a good mask. I'm not going to lie. It does what it says it does. It makes your face very smooth. It's very exfoliating. It detoxifies your skin very well. But it looks like there's baby shit on your face. They have literally like pieces of leaf or something that looks like you literally took mud swamp and just smeared it on your face. And while I'm sure that those leaves or whatever they are beneficial to the actual product or your face or the point of using the mask, I definitely know for a fact they could have ground them up and put them like very small into the product, so you either didn't notice it or it was very easy to get off, because when this is on your face, it looks like shit. It dries and then the leaf portions can literally flake off. They get everywhere. And then when you're trying to wash your face, they just fly everywhere. They get all over your sink. They get all over everything. They clog stuff up. There's just no point of having that there. You know, they didn't take the time to grind them up very small and put it inside the mask mixture. So I'm not really sure what the point of that is, but I know that it's a hassle. And for the amount of money that you're paying for this, you don't want it to be a hassle. It shouldn't be a hassle to use this. Now, this is a mask that will burn your face. And I don't mean like, you know, you're going to have third-degree burns. but it does have that very strong tingling effect to your face that if you have sensitive skin, it's going to have a reaction to your face. I do not have sensitive skin, and this left my face red for a few hours afterwards. So this is something that isn't going to be for everybody. So spending that kind of money is just not cool to me. It doesn't do anything that masks that I have that are so much cheaper, and I mean a $50 bill or more cheaper, they do the same thing, you guys. They do the exact same thing, the exact same feeling, the exact same effect on my face after I wash it off. It does the exact same thing. Like, this is no different than any other mask that you can get that is a mud mask. There's just no difference. You're paying for the name and you're paying for the hype. And it's a pain in the butt because it's got chunks of crap in it that are very, very annoying. Now, I can't speak for any of the other products. I do have an exfoliating face wash that is from this line, and it's a sample too. I will be talking about that in another I hauled it, but I can tell you that I feel the same way about that pretty much that I feel about this. But I do have some other things to say about that, so keep an eye out for that. But no. As a sample in the box, it was very irritating that it was dried up and it ended up exploding on me. And as a product itself, you're being ripped off. I'm sorry, but even if you like this mask, you can find a mask that will do the same exact thing for cheaper. So, I mean, if you want to waste your money, you want to waste your money. But I'm telling you, there's better out there. And lastly, another product that came out of the BeautyCon box, and that is the Murad Essential C Daily Moisturizer. Now, this is pretty full because I used it once. And I know that this is a little bit of a negative. I hauled it, and I'm really, really sorry about that, but I do have to be truthful about the products in themselves. But I love everything Murad. I've tried a lot of Murad products, a lot of them samples mostly, but this was the worst one I've ever tried. But it is also skin type preference. I have oily skin, and this has SPF in it. It has an SPF of 30, and this is a number 3 hydrate product. So this is not for my oily skin. If you have oily or combination skin, you're going to hate this. It made my skin, and I only used a little tiny bit of it because I saw the hydrate on it. I can read. You know, I knew that it probably wouldn't be for my skin. So I really wanted to test it out without overdoing it. And it made my skin so greasy right off the bat. It never sunk into my skin. And I mean, I was literally like wiping off the grease from my forehead. I was like wiping it from around my nose. It was so bad, you guys. It was so bad. This did nothing for me. But being someone who has tried a lot of Murad products, I know that if you have dry skin, you're going to love this. You would absolutely love this. It has that SPF in it that's going to protect you. It's got that environmental shield, which is the SPF in it. And it has like Essential C, which I'm guessing is probably vitamin C, which does help any kind of sun damage spots or any damage from the sun that you have. It will help reduce those. But for oily skin or combination, because I'm even going to say combination, because if you have any kind of oily spots on any part of your face, this is going to accentuate it and make you look like a grease ball. This is not for somebody who has oily or combination skin. That's all I'm going to say. So I feel like since the sample is so tiny, you know, like it's a very small sample, they could have put 2 samples in there, one for oily skin and one for dry skin, and that would have been a lot better, especially since the samples that were in that box were quite small, and that's a little bit shocking for me. So that is everything that I wanted to review so far that I have gotten out of my subscription boxes. I tried to pick things that were more beauty related, things that I thought that you guys would be more interested in a review on. Now, do I think the BeautyCon box and the FabFitFun box are worth it? Completely. I think that these are my 2 favorite boxes. The FabFitFun is more worth it, more of a better value for me, for anyone that I would suggest, in my opinion. But both are subscription boxes that I do get for free as of right now, just for my promotional. I'm on their PR list for that. But the FabFitFun, I do not believe that I will be getting any more for free, and I'm still going to make sure that I sign up and purchase it myself. Now, that is really saying something. With the BeautyCon box, I think that since they show what's in the box, well, you still have time to purchase it. I think I may go off what I see in each box and then purchase them monthly, which isn't as great of a deal if you sign up for like a year's worth or something, but they can be hit and miss so much that I really want to be able to choose which box I want before I purchase them. Well, buying these products individually may not be worth it for most of them. Receiving them in a subscription box that is only $20 to $49, $39 if you use a coupon code, I really believe that a lot of them are worth it. So I hope that that was not too confusing for you guys and you understand. I will leave everything I talked about, all the information I can find. Everything will be down below for you guys. If you have any questions or concerns about any of this, just leave me a comment. Let me know. Also, if you've used any of these products, leave me a comment and let me know what you think, especially about the Beauty Blenders and the Glam Glow. I really want to know your guys' opinions on those two products. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe on your way out, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.